Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the Del Rivers Show. I am here once again, your host, Mark Elliott.
Mark Elliott!
With me down on the end of the couch here is the man whose comedy makes the Khmer Rouge look like Romper Room. The Hindenburg of comedy, oh the humanity, Del Rivers. And our special guest on the show today is a man whose comedy around here is legendary. He's known as The Bob.
Jim, The Bob Wyatt.
Welcome, Bob. And I would just like to say that I have seen him perform twice in my life, and quite honestly, some of the most unique performance and material I've ever seen. He's one of a kind.
Especially not just Rochester, but everywhere. Anywhere.
Nice to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Yep. He's just fresh out of the hospital.
I wanted to ask you a question. It's sort of that basic question is, at what age did you start doing comedy, and why? Why did you want to do it?
I started literally, I remember the exact month, it was 1998 November, just after Thanksgiving, that I actually started getting up on the stage. I've been going to the open mic venue since '95, but
just as an observer.
Yeah, as an observer, I made a couple of attempts to put my name down for some stage time, but I took a number, and as my number became nearer and nearer, I lost my nerve and I just walked out. I did that a few times before I actually started getting up. In I think it was the last week of November of '98.
Wow!
I got the balls to actually get up and do it.
And how did that first one go?
It was okay because for one thing there was a very small crowd at the time. It was the old Scorgies on Andrews Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't call you the Bob immediately.
I remember the very first time I got up on the stage, I just said, I told Dan Liberto, just say I'm Bob. Not the Bob, but I'm Bob.
Yeah.
Simply Bob. In fact, I remember the very first joke I did on stage. A very simple piece. Did you hear about the Irishman, the Irish acrobat? He slowly and very steadily walked from one end of the bar to the other without falling down. That was the very first joke I ever did on stage.
I like that.
That's so cool. Go ahead, ask a few more. So we got about 10 minutes.
What strikes you as funny material? Is there anything specific?
I like psychotic material. I like off-the-wall material. I do jokes on Alzheimer's disease. I play with words. I do Alzheimer's. I do schizophrenia. I do multiple personality disorder. I do split personality disorder. Do a few moron jokes. I've done a few cannibal jokes.
That's something I remember about Bob's material is that there's always this odd psychological component, and there's some little twist in it. Most people just don't have material like that. And that's what I found always intriguing, because you always tell some kind of a little story, and it would take me along, and then it would kind of twist you and trip you down somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I joke about just almost anything.
Oh yeah. We used to get writing down jokes all the time.
I like to twist words around.
Now, here's an interesting question. Del wrote some questions here. Explain your love for Aunt B. Andy Griffith.
This came out during the roast. We did a roast for
the reason why I picked on her is because I never seen or heard anyone else do it. She was just available. That's all.
So
literally.
You had some material that really waylaid Aunt B.
Yeah. I mean, she's really out there,
Sure, she's sort of an iconic figure.
Yeah. I tried to find a biography on her, but
they did have an interview with her on YouTube. Aunt B, like after the Andy Griffith show, like 10 years after, and she's nothing like Aunt B in real life. She even says that she was nothing like that.
That's
not like
what is she like?
Grandmother.
What is she
just
like?
a regular person smoking cigarettes and stuff like that.
Smoking Luckies or something. I would like to hear this. what's your comment on comedian Bill Franklin?
I think he's to put it simply, he's a broken record because he's always bad mouthing Bill Clinton, and he does that adjustable bed joke continuously. Really.
I thought it was that joke or the dog on his leg joke. You know, something about the dog which he stole from like
to
Ronnie
fill in
Lee.
our viewers and our fans in Tokyo, Bill Franklin is this character who does some comedic work, somewhat eccentric, and has.
But all the comedians know about
has some ties into the cryogenics.
Right, cryogenics.
Yeah, he apparently wants himself to be frozen for pus. Yeah, it's. I guess you gotta
he's
know.
a good topic to come up with.
Okay, let's see what else we got. What are your favorite comics? Your favorite?
I like Cheech and Chong from the '70s. I like the cartoonist Robert Crumb, and I also like Bill Griffith's Zippy the Pinhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you ever seen or read that, if you haven't, check it out on YouTube. Zippy the Pinhead. He is, I guess, what you might call a schizophrenic superhero. Really?
Yeah, I think the Ramones
There
were
isn't
like
anything like that
Zippy the
character.
Pinhead.
Yeah.
Never seen like
Pinhead is sort
dressed up as
of
that.
reached a cult status.
Zippy is someone you can really enjoy and understand if you're stoned. Really?
Right. Dell has you listed as the hardest working comedian in Rochester.
Well,
Oh yeah, I think you are.
I don't know about that, but I know I don't
You
get
do the
paid for it.
most open mics.
But I get a kick out of it. It's a labor of love.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been doing it since '98, so over
Yeah.
10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Have you won any contests? Any local clubs?
2 weeks ago
Yes,
at
recently.
Boulder on Alexander and South Clinton, I won the pot at the end of the show. Where, people donate into the pot for the
Wow.
funniest comic. It's just under $40.
Cool.
Yeah.
A whole bag of weed? No.
No, it was money.
Have you worked with the local mysterious filmmaker Frank Stam?
I have.
Okay, well, on to the next question.
He's a mystery. He's an enigma wrapped up in mystery himself.
The enigma. It says here you have a famous cousin, Steve Schiltz of Hurricane Bells.
Yeah.
It's his cousin. He wrote
Is it
songs
Schiltz
for
or Schlitz?
Schiltz.
Schiltz. If it was Schlitz, that'd be really famous.
He's a musician. He has been for years. He started out with Dizzy Monk, and then he went to Long Wave.
Long Wave.
They had 2 albums on the RCA label before RCA cut back, and then he started Hurricane Bells, and he has the song Monster on the second installment of the Twilight series soundtrack CD.
Is it? I think it's New Moon or something.
The second installment of the Twilight series.
Right. It's interesting.
It's the first song on the CD. It's called Monster.
And I guess the last question, but your influences. It says Andy Kaufman influence on you?
Yeah, because
Like
he was really off the wall, you know.
Yeah. I guess that's another thing about your actor is that has that off the wall quality. You tend to get up there and it really charged up, a lot of energy, and I always had the feeling that you just would get up there and you would start an engine going, and it's like you would be driving this engine around and slowly pulling people onto your buggy. That's just kind of. It's like by the time you're done, it seemed like the audience was with you.
Yeah.
In my experience.
Before we take the break, maybe you should do one joke.
All right,
Do one joke.
I got a whole damn bag.
Because you get a whole bag of
Let them
jokes.
roll.
All right.
Do a couple before the break.
All right. The hell I got
Then I
here.
can do a few of mine and you go back to yours.
It's another thing I remember always copious amounts of written material with the Bob.
He's got stuff with, looks like road maps. You said a lot of that brown paper stuff comes from the places you work at?
Yeah.
Medical charts and...
This is something that I have not even used over a microphone yet. I only wrote it last week sometime.
Let it rip.
It's a fresh one.
And I might like you better if we slept together. I said I might like you better if we slept together, wailed a very recent acquaintance to the moron after they accidentally ran into each other at the opera, adding, continued he, I get the top bunk. How do you like that? Yeah.
That's one of the morons.
What the hell else is it?
I love it.
This is a very short piece. Yesterday in the break room at work. Hey, this happened too. Someone asked me, Jim, where do you park your spaceship? And I don't, mate. I leave it hovering in the stratosphere, replied I.
There you get just a little touch of what you're in for with the Bob. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with more of the Bob and Del Rivers.
Is my vagina normal? It says right here, I'm worried that mine is ugly. Have you ever truly looked? It might feel funny, but the best way to get comfortable with your vagina is to grab a hand mirror and take a look.
I've told you, I don't like you reading about those boys.
I'd rather read about these boys out here than read anything about you old fart.
Didn't you ever wish to read a book or write a letter?
Nah.
How do you like that book?
Nah, it's boring.
Welcome back, folks. Once again, we're here with the Del Rivers Show and our special guest known as the Bob.
Yeah.
And now we got one of the portions of the show I call Del's Beef, or the Mystery Beef. It's his little complaint or his gripe.
Well, it's the beef and then there's Del's mystery. There's two different things. But we think it can be mysterious beef
the
if you
beef
want.
is sometimes mysterious. What have you got for a beef that's...
Well, this week's beef, it's plastic wrap around CDs or hard plastic around small items that are electronics. Why? I mean, why do they have to, like, hermetically seal everything in plastic?
Yeah, you need a box cutter, like you got to be Muhammad Atta to be able to open.
Yeah, to cut out the freaking the CDs wrappers. You gotta scratching it as like a squirrel in a cage trying to get the thing, ripped open. That's my beef.
That's the beef.
Get rid of the plastic.
And how about the Mystery Del? Mystery Del is the portion of the show where Del tells me something that I do not know about him. Hence the mystery.
All right, this one I had to dig deep to find. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been learning enough about Del these last 20-some
I almost caused an electrical fire at my neighbor's house with a friend of mine. What happened is we had one of these. You know how?
Why do I get so much humor in the disaster that seems to follow you?
We used to have these slot cars.
Trust me, I've known this guy for 30 years, and the tales of woe, they don't end. Okay.
We used to have these slot cars, like race cars, that you put on the slot tracks.
You shorted out the slot car?
We turned one upside down, and we hooked it up to like electric in the house.
Nice.
Put
Good
a wire
job.
on
Nice.
each side.
Great.
And I dared my friend to drop a nail on it. So what happens when it shorts out, and bam, the whole thing like sparked, and like sparks all over the place flying.
This is really why you don't leave your children unsupervised at all. The prime
and
example.
It totally shorted out their electric system in their house.
I'm sure. All the lights went out?
Yeah, all the lights went out. Circuit breakers, the whole thing.
Jesus.
But I'm the one that dared him to do it if the truth comes out. It was, in fact, my friend Mike from Whole Lot of Shade.
If you had dared him to jump off the Empire State Building, would he have done that too?
I don't know. If it had worked,
That's a good mystery, Del. I enjoy that.
Speaking of the things we used to do in the basement at his house, is like torturing G.I. Joes.
Trouble in the basement.
Did you ever do that with like soldiers and G.I. Joes and put them in the vice?
Usually,
tighten it up.
Usually the G.I. Joes would attack my sister's Barbies, and then you'd have, you'd have a big problem.
All these problems would happen. You have to have like your own veterans unit to take the broken soldiers out.
Okay, so you got some news here. Some fake news from Del?
Got some fake news items here. Half real and half fake. That's how I run it. George Lucas was recently engaged to a young businesswoman, not to a female version of C-3PO as previously reported.
Ah.
A rare photo of Princess Diana is up for sale, And the guy sitting in bed behind her in the photo was one of the many frogs she kissed prior to Prince Charles.
Spending a lot of time in France? Is that what you mean?
France? I don't know. The Ronald Reagan house is up for sale. If you buy the house, you get a free piece of the Berlin Wall, courtesy of Mr. Gorbachev. Take down that wall, Mr. Gorbachev. A new pacemaker has been invented that is powered by the human heart, but no one knows how to get it started. A 6-year-old was suspended in school for his gun gesture. He was going like this in school to his classmate.
Wow, you get suspended
with his
for that
fingers. So I guess he apologized, flipped the thumbs up, making the hand grenade gesture.
Yeah, the hand grenade gesture. Oh,
I like that one.
The hand, yeah, sure.
A couple more here and we're almost done. A solar eruption the size of 20 Earths were recorded by NASA, which also launched a giant rocket filled with proactive solution to prevent any other eruptions from occurring.
Eruptions and outbursts.
An intense flu strain has spread across the U.S. While U.S. doctors sit idly by except to promote flu shots that only pretend to work. Well, I guess it's better than nothing. There just isn't enough scientists. There's not enough to cause a cure. This week, the 2x4 to the back of the head is Lance Armstrong for denying his allegations of drug abuse. Or,
Yeah,
just like the baseball players.
This guy's obviously been lying
Whack!
for quite some time. Okay. So how about a few more jokes from the Bob before we close up shop?
This is stuff that you are the first to hear because I have not told these to anyone else.
All right,
I haven't had a chance to. Okay, a thought on the sociopathic nightmare called communism, and Vladimir Lenin's manufacturing of Soviet communism would have worked in reality fine indeed if all of his victims were robotic machines. And then,
go ahead.
The 2012 Mayan prophecy, and this is a limerick. And then Earth has a date with destiny. Spake the apocalyptic prophecy regarding 12/21/12. Well, lucky for us, one or the other has second thoughts and japped out on this anticipated meeting, resulting in a no-show. Can I do one more thing?
Yeah,
go ahead. We got a little time.
This is a classic that I haven't used since I can't remember.
If it's on brown paper, it's a classic.
It's a four-parter.
All right.
R-Wing Carpenter shop, okay? And the schizo who thought he was Jesus accidentally hit his thumb while hammering. And, oh, for my sake, yelled he. And then the atheist accidentally hit his thumb while hammering. And, oh, for no one's sake, yelled he. And then the multiple personality disordered guy accidentally hit his thumb while hammering. Oh, for our sakes, yelled they. And then the Roswell, New Mexico alien accidentally hit his thumb while hammering. Oh, for sake, yelled he. Yeah. Do one more?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Why not?
Tell me to stop.
I wrote this thing today. And then, while performing at a comedy show in the Benson Hoist section, Brooklyn recently, or was it on Captain Morgan's pirate ship? A goyle in the audience yelled, "You're not funny, mate," and "Shut up, ye wench, or I'll tear up your phone number, eh?" responded I. How do you like that?
I like it pirate language.
That's how they talk in Brooklyn.
Oh, it's in Brooklyn.
They call it woman goilies. Really? Yeah.
The goilies.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Benson Hoist.
Benson Hoist. That's how they talk in Brighton, let alone Brooklyn.
Well, they got
Benson
Brighton Beach
Hoist.
down there.
Or Brighton Beach.
All right, folks, we're wrapping it up here. I'd like to thank the Bob for showing up, being our special guest on the show here on the Del
Thank you,
Rivers
Bob.
Show. And we hope that you will join us for the new year. We got more shows coming up. We'll probably take a little break for the winter, a little 2-month break. We'll come back strong in the springtime with lots of new materials, new stuff, new guests, and hopefully our much vaunted Japanese investors will come through with some much needed do-re-mi. So in the meantime, till next, we'll see you.
Bye.
There we go.
That's great.